Hello, here is the news at this hour from Tstv. I am Olaide Amosu. Here are some major headlines. Oyo approves procurement of vehicles for 10 judges, 78.4 million naira for data analysis. On the foreign scene, Mali ousted President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, hospitalized after recent release from detention. And the world of sports, QATAR, FIFA'S INFANTINO, hails law changes that improve workers' rights. Now the news in details. Governor Seyi Makinde is said to have approved the procurement of official vehicles for 10 judges in the state. This vehicle will be given to the outstanding judicial officers and new judges, including the President of the Customary Court of Appeal and Chief Judge. This was disclosed on Tuesday by the State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, Barrister Oyewole Oyewo, at a press briefing shortly after the State Executive Council meeting at the Governor's Office, Agodi Secretariat. However, in another development, the Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Barrister Seun Ashamu, added that the Executive Council also approved the award of a contract for the data and analysis for the sum of 78.4 million naira and is expected to be completed in the next 60 days. He noted that this would enable the government to deploy vital infrastructure to ensure that better services are immediately provided to residents of the state. Governor Seyi Makinde approves the appointment of YK Abbas as Babaloja of Oyo State. Contrary to claims from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, as well as the Commissioner for Information, Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun, on Oyo State government's disapproval of the appointment of former businessman Alhaji YK Abbas by the Olubadan Oba Saliu Akomu Adetunji, the Olubadan of Ibadan. Oba Saliu Adetunji had installed Alhaji Yakini Abbas as Babaloja General of Oyo State, which attracted criticism from the state government. Meanwhile, on Saturday, the Commissioner for Information in the state, Wasiu Olatubosun, while speaking to newsmen, revealed that the state government was not aware of the installation of Alhaji Abbas as Babaloja General of Oyo State by the Olubadan. Governor Makinde, during a visit to the Olubadan, gave his backing to the decision by the monarch to appoint the Babaloja of Oyo State, maintaining that his administration would continue to give all traditional rulers what is due to them. However, shortly after the Chief Press Secretary to Oyo State Governor, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, released a statement which he confirmed Governor Seyi Makinde's approval of His Imperial Majesty Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Saliu Akomu Adetunji's installation of Alhaji YK Abbas as Babaloja of Oyo State, a group coalition of traders in Oyo State, has kicked against what they called imposition and promised to defend the association's constitution. The group, in a letter signed by 3 of its members, Comrade Ajala, Comrade Abu Abioye and Comrade Mrs. Oyewo, and made available to journalists on Tuesday evening in Ibadan, condemned the decision of some individuals to cause crisis in the association. The Nigerian Stock Exchange, NSE, is said to have suspended trading in 6 companies over their inability to comply with corporate governance rules and best practices that mandate them to submit their financial statements within a specified period. The suspended companies included FDN Cocoa Processors PLC, Medview Airline PLC, Niger Insurance PLC, RT Briscoe Nigeria PLC, Union Deconsult PLC, and Capital Oil PLC. The Nigerian Stock Exchange suspended trading on the shares of the companies with effect from Tuesday, September 1st, 2020, over their failure to file their audited financial statement for the year ended December 31st, 2019. However, with the disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, both the Nigerian Stock Exchange and Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) extended the deadline for submission of annual report and accounts by 60 days till May 29th. The federal government has assured religious bodies that the Companies and Allied Matters Act (CAMA) 2020 is not targeted at churches, mosques, and other religious bodies. But the Christian Association (CAN) is seeking its suspension by President Muhammadu Buhari because it has the potential that can further undermine the fate of stakeholders in the Nigerian state. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Ita Enang, and CAN President Reverend Samson Ayokunle spoke at a meeting in Abuja on Tuesday. The presidential aide alleged that some politicians, especially those opposition parties, had wrongly characterized CAMA as an anti-religious law, saying was organized to enlighten the Christian body on the provisions of CAMA. However, CAN President Reverend Ayokunle urged the President to suspend the implementation of the acts because it does not have the input of various interest groups. Moving on to the foreign scene, Mali's ousted leader, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, has been hospitalized. President Keïta was checked in late Tuesday at a private clinic, intensifying fears about the 75-year-old's health after being detained for 10 days by the junta now in power. He was ultimately released late last week and taken home where he has remained under military surveillance. But concerns had mounted on the former leader's state of health during his time in military custody in the barracks at Kati, outside the capital, Bamako. However, his present condition is yet to be known, and it is unclear whether he would be evacuated abroad for medical treatment given the circumstances. Tunisia's parliament has approved the new government formed by Prime Minister-designate Hichem Mechichi. Mr. Mechichi was said to have appointed technocrats in his government as opposed to members of political parties, as has been the case in the past. Political parties which have initially expressed mixed reactions to the selection of technocrats. According to newsmen, the parliamentarians voted 134 for and 67 against forming the government. However, Mr. Mechichi, in a statement in the parliament on Tuesday, said a new government would address the economic and social situation at a time of political instability. Moving on to the exciting world of sports, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has expressed joy at the announcement of groundbreaking law changes that would improve the rights of workers in Qatar, host nation of the next World Cup. It was confirmed that the Emir of Qatar had abolished certain restrictions in place for migrant workers in the country, with 2 new laws passed by authorities. The changes mean workers are no longer unable to change jobs without their employer's permission, while a monthly minimum wage of 1,000 Qatari Riyal plus basic living allowances for some workers has been introduced. Qatar is reported to have won the right to host the 2022 World Cup in December 2010. Though the selection was shrouded in allegations of corruption, while the country's use and reported exploitation of workers in the meantime has led to moral objection to the tournament and uncomfortable questions for FIFA. Everton has announced they are hopeful of completing an ambitious deal worth more than $20 million for Real Madrid and Colombia forward James Rodriguez by the end of the week. 29-year-old played under the Everton boss Carlo Ancelotti at Spanish champions Real and Bayern Munich. Meanwhile, the Italian is reported to be the driving force behind the deal, with Rodriguez, who's entering the final year of his contract at Real, attracted by the idea of working with the Italian once more. Rodriguez has won the Golden Boot at the 2014 World Cup after scoring 6 goals in 5 games. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Oyo approves procurement of vehicles for 10 judges, 78.4 million naira for data analysis. On the foreign scene, Mali ousted President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, hospitalized after recent release from detention. And in sports, Qatar, FIFA'S Infantino hails law changes that improve workers' rights. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Mobola Badikale. I am Olaide Amosi. Good day and thank you for watching.